Well, good evening. It's Friday, August 21st. Really don't know where this is going. Just thought I'd sit down and throw out a few of my thoughts. My thoughts are just my opinion, and my opinion is just that, just an opinion. I don't confess to know everything. Matter of fact, I don't confess to really know anything. There was a time before all this, before the censorship really kicked in, I looked forward to sitting down and making videos and talking about things. But now there's such a list of things you cannot even utter because of censorship. It get the video deleted, maybe even your channel deleted. But really, what's it matter anymore? I used to watch all kinds of channels, which there's getting less and less of channels that I watch. I'll go back from time to time, some of them that I quit watching just to see. I don't watch channels that it's very rare try to sell you something at the start of it, then talk about something that's online for anybody to see for 5-6 minutes, then try to sell you something at the end of it, or they have commercials on it. Hey, by the way, I've got some old wore out t-shirts in the other room there. Got holes and stuff in them. Anybody want to buy one? Shipping would be free. Or channels that said they have never taken a dime off anybody then monetized when that big deal came about, but they left the monetization on. I was just out there watching them spray the skies again and thinking. I've been thinking about this. Remember, everything I'm talking about is just my opinion. Take it with a grain of salt. Doesn't really matter. I don't ever recall being tested or a test where they take a cotton swab and shove it up your nose. It used to always be back there in your throat or the corner of your mouth to get the saliva. I was thinking about that as I'm out there watching them fill the sky with whatever they're putting in that. Spreading out. Are they boring holes in people's nostrils? So whatever it is that's in the air, be easier to get in? Or are they putting something in there on that swab? Every year, the healthcare provider that I have, Medicare, so it called usually twice every flu season or before it, telling me to go get a flu shot, or they make sure I can get one for free. I've never had a flu shot. A few years back, I don't know, what was it? Maybe 4 years ago or so. Had pneumonia. Got over it on my own in about 3 or 4 days. So that is in my system. I would test positive. Guarantee it. But anyhow, I get a call from the healthcare provider yesterday. I didn't answer it. I ain't going to any of their doctors or hospitals because I refuse to put on a mask or walk through their door. It's always been a foreigner. Broken English. This time, the guy that left the message was from the West somewhere. Who knows where. Perfect English. All chipper. Want me to call back. I got a sneaking feeling that these insurance companies now are going to start a crusade about offering home testing to all elderly people on their insurance plan. I look for that to be coming. Flu season down there in South Africa. No flu. It's COVID. And all these people are, I don't know. As I move along and you start to realize the signs and the symbols, when somebody's got a pyramid illuminated on his talk show sitting next to him with lavender or pink letters inside of the pyramid, there's another smaller pyramid. Looks like what back in the Pizzagate time, child love symbol in the middle. Then the individual that's being interviewed, some reason wants to sit in front of a brick wall. Can't watch it. Refuse to. I won't say who, because at one time I defended somebody attacking him when I first made my first channel. But you can't trust anybody. I thought there was a lot of channels that I could trust here a while back when one certain individual that infiltrated their Mandela community, which I seen right through it, throwing out the devil horns. I took it to him. I asked him in conversation right off the bat, what's up with that? Refused to answer me. Only on a video did he kind of go LOL on one of my videos when I mentioned, didn't deny it. And to this day, a lot of those channels that I used to watch, you see him in their comments. They promote him. Even after I showed him doing the devil horns, as he said, God. Show him what God he served. All these Christians still promote him. Buddies with him, so I don't watch him anymore. Big channels, nah. There's a few little channels I watch. What's any of this matter? It doesn't. I'm just sitting here talking. The deception is great. It's just, and you watch these people trying to promote their online Bitcoin and all these different currencies that they cannot be traced and cannot. No, don't even think that for a second. People don't really understand what Revelation 13 really means, I guess, when it says, He causeth all. I'm included in that all. You're included in it. All means all. To accept a mark, or you will not be able to buy or sell. I will refuse it. And I hope you will too. Anything, especially coming from the Jesuits, the secret societies that run this world, that serve their master, the God of this world. So you think you're going to turn all your cash into something digital and be able to just happy-go-lucky keep on buying and selling when they pull the trigger for good? It's not going to work that way. I don't know how it's going to work, but I wouldn't think so. I could be wrong though. Just my opinion, like I say. And opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one. I've been called an asshole before. And I'll sit when I'm watching the morning news to see the weather and just see just 15, 20 minutes of it just to see what kind of CGI NASA's coming up with, or what kind of garbage lies the scum of the earth that's sitting there reading off the teleprompter, laughing and giggling, knowing they're lying to the human race. It's pathetic. The net has been woven. It's stretched out. And they're drawing it tighter and tighter and tighter. It's only going to be for 2 weeks, right? Oh yeah, you can go back. After you've done heard a bunch of the little mom and pop stores and the restaurants. But your Walmart, your Targets, all your big department stores were allowed to stay open. Target's making more money right now than they ever have. And I'm pretty sure that would include Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Lowe's, Myers, all your big chains. It's the only place you could get anything, right? I'd still like to know where that $8 trillion went. I don't hear anybody talking about that. You know what I've been watching? And it goes right along with the 13th chapter of Revelations. I still got it in the back of my head. I can't get Obama out of it as far as the beast. But the deadly head wound. He would be 103 years old. How many of these members of these societies and stuff, and the Queen and all this stuff, how old did they live? Do you know who I'm talking about? Closed coffin. Happened back in, what was it, 63? Deadly head wound. And I've been watching some of these old black and white news channels, and there was only like, what, 3 back then? And wasn't long after that they went to the moon, right? Who promoted the moon first? Who talked about the secret societies? But anyhow, they interview crowds of people right after. They said he died. If they're not reading a script, man, the human race back then was dumber than what it is now. I mean, they just, like, these people were just, I don't know. Speaking of that, I see these people on TV with these big old clown mask on. Looks like evolution going in reverse. Looks like a bunch of baboons. All you can see is a hairline and eyeballs. When they're going to be down on all fours walking. They're already putting them in cattle pens to watch a concert, like sheep. They're treating the human race like cattle. Pathetic. But people are buying it. Yes, more and more people are seeing through it, but not enough. Once that food chain starts being really interrupted, you get a hungry population, you can really control it. Think about that. Have you ever seen any kind of testing where they shove something up your nose? Doing it to little kids. What are they testing for? Still haven't been proven. Yeah, I used to kind of enjoy making videos. Now I just sit down here and really, I don't know. But I've been looking into that JFK thing. I mean, it's not that far out of the realm, 103 years old. We don't know what kind of technology they had back then. Or was it even real? Look at what they've pulled off nowadays. People still, when you show them the Pentagon and ask them, where's the wreckage? They still believe an airplane hit it. Even though they can't find the wreckage. They still believe man walked on the moon. And they still, to this day, will show the moon and a tiny little Earth. And this is one that can prove every one of those pictures is a lie. Because they tell us that we only see one side of the moon at all times. And if it is a ball and it's going around, blah, 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 and that same side of the moon, which is 1/4 at least the size of the Earth, we only see that, you would have to look straight over your head and see a giant ball. It wouldn't be some tiny thing off in the distance. There is no Earth rise or Earth set on something that stays fixed on what it is supposedly rotating. That right there just proves the ball, for one thing. And in turn, the face of the Earth. Okay, you see my face? How'd that work on a ball? Oh, the back part where the hair is, and the back of the head, the top of the head. That doesn't matter on a ball. You just see the face. No, the face of the Earth. The flat Earth. Just stands to reason to me. Or when it talks about the face of the Earth, it's not talking about the whole thing. Just one side of it that you can see. You can't see the back of my head. My head's round, right? Kinda. I don't know if any of this made any sense, but when those that turning their things into, lay not upon this earth things that thieves can break through and steal, or moth or rust can destroy. Basically, that's paraphrasing. People want to turn their, and I'm guilty. I've got a little bit of things put back, which, be taken away in a heartbeat. It's earthly things. Even food is earthly things. But if you tie all your stuff up in gold and silver or Bitcoin, and the food shortage hits, and you try to trade gold to somebody that's got some food, and he's got that food to feed his family, that gold ain't going to do you jack shit. He's not going to trade you that food for that gold. None of that matters. These people say, yeah, we're winning. We're winning. Bullshit. This is the end times. It was written. You're not going to stop it. It is here. But that's just my opinion. Love y'all. Down the road.